It's Wednesday, June the 17th, and I want to read from 1 Timothy 4, verse 8, and talk a little bit about it. For bodily discipline is only of little profit, but godliness is profitable for all things, since it holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. Now, what he's saying here is not that if you have to choose between physical exercise and spiritual exercise, only choose the spiritual. That's not what he's saying. But what he's trying to explain is that they are both vital in the Christian life. That it's interesting to understand that so many times we don't exercise our spiritual muscles. You ever watch sports and just the Olympics? I mentioned it Sunday that I love the Olympics, and I'm really missing the fact that it isn't happening this summer. I love watching the track and field. I love watching the feats of strength. There's so many different things that happen in the Olympics, and I'm amazed by all of it. And for all of it, they have put themselves through the strictest of training. Regimented diets, just hours and hours and hours for days, weeks, months, even years to reach the point where they compete at the highest level at the Olympic Games. And they do it for a trophy that, quite frankly, isn't going to last. It's not a wreath like back in the first century, but it's still. Do you know how many times on different reality shows you see gold medals, Super Bowl rings, and etc. show up in pawn shops? It's because in the end, they're not what really matters. Body discipline is of profit, but it's of little profit for the spiritual self if your spiritual muscles are not being sharpened. If you are not trying to grow spiritually, become stronger spiritually, then being this physical specimen giant of a person means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. So my challenge today is to make sure that while you may be going through some physical exercise, I know I will be, I do my walking every day and whatnot. The most important exercise I do every day is when I get here in the morning and I open up God's Word and I begin to learn, to grow, to meditate, to study, and to pray about what it is I'm reading so that I can understand it better. Not just so I can bring it to you all or show that I'm smart here or there. I do it so that I can grow closer and grow stronger and become a better example. Spiritual discipline holds a promise, not just the promise of staying faithful, but to be found faithful in the end and be able to go into eternity. But also, it's profitable for today. It holds a promise for today that you will be able to make it through what's going on in your life and help others make it through what's going on in their lives. We need to be spiritually disciplined, and the only way we do that is to stay in God's Word. I hope you have a great day today. Don't forget tonight at 6:30 we're going to continue our study in Hebrews, and I hope you'll join us on Facebook Live. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.